So now it's Mark Winterbottom's turn. 4 men left. Winterbottom will be followed by Whincup, then Lowndes, and then Jason Bright will be the last man out. Second at Phillip Island in the LNH 500 behind you and Lounsey, Mark. And he paired up with Luke Youlden there. So he has had pole position here before in 2007.
And what Mark's doing is a slightly different approach. Again, we're seeing a lot more brake throttle aggression than the early part of Conrod Straight. And what he's trying to do there is make temperature on the brake rotor, which then radiates into the rim and then into the tyre carcass. And he's doing it again now, second gear, on, off, on, off, on, off. And he's just alternating the 2 pedals down in the footwell. And again, starting his lap relatively late. What did he do in qualifying yesterday, Scafie? It was a 7.45.
Hasn't quite got enough grip yet. You could just hear the amount of throttle that he could get on the car and the way he's warming it up. So let's just look for the first 2 or 3 corners, because this will tell the story for Mark Winterbottom.
So he is the last of the Fords to head out inside the top 10. So Blue Oval, boys, this is your last chance to get pole position. Ride it with Frosty.
And he's a really good qualifier. I love watching these laps. A little bit of wheel spin out of turn 1. But not too bad, a nice clean exit. This is so important, because this run up the hill up to 260 kilometres an hour is so important for the lap time, Neil.
It's a rocket ride, the big jump in the middle and dramatic uphill braking that allows you to really shove the car up there deeply. But if you get it too wide, you're in plenty of trouble, and we've seen evidence of that this weekend.
It was a nice entry into there. He made the apex probably better than anybody yet. He also got a really nice smooth run out of turn 2 and also out of the cutting. So up over that rise, we saw Holdsworth with a big moment. That was very clean. Sometimes, folks, clean is slow. Sometimes clean is fast, and that's a ripper job. 51.86. Blue smoke off the right front. So that's the tyre in the guard again. Let's have a look whether it does it the next corner. No, it doesn't do it at McPhillamy Park, and that's very fast.
It looks pretty well behaved as a chassis, doesn't it? It's not bouncing around. It looks stable, but he's really driving the wheels off it at the moment. It's a great first sector. Ran a little wide, just like Lee, in exactly the same spot. The right-hander in the S's.
They're getting slowed up. You hear there, oh, just battling to stop it. He did. Really good job. Ugly stop, but he got it there. And well done. Quarter of a second up.
I think Lee got hurt more by his moment in the right-hander on the run down the mountain. So it's also cost Frosty a little bit, but not nearly as much. This is a good run. It's going to challenge for provisional pole.
Not only does he know the times that he has to beat, the times that have gone before him, he'll know who's coming after him. He knows that Whincup, Lowndes and Bright are ready to pounce. So this is the last chance. 2 green boxes, more than 2/10 of a second up on the time of Lee Holdsworth. Here comes Mark Winterbottom, and the Falcon will fight back. Ford will go to the top of the list.
Oh, good job. Well done.
Beautiful lap. Mark Winterbottom, you got us on the line there.
Yeah, mate, I got you.
Hey, congratulations. It's Neil here. Beautiful lap. It's a 2:7.5. Your P1 at the moment, and it looked very, very good for the entire lap, Mark.
Well, thanks, mate. I'm glad it looked good from there, because I'll tell you what, you're absolutely scared up the top of the mountain, but I'm glad it looked good for you guys.
Thanks. Hey, you were a little bit wide in the S's on the run to the dipper, but that was the only thing that we could fault. Everything else looked good.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, look, you're pushing hard, the tyres are cold, and you're just trying to do your best to keep it off the walls and do the best time. So I'll take one mistake around this place, because it's bloody tough, I tell you.
Yeah.
Well done, Frosty. Best of luck tomorrow. So Mark Winterbottom is the man to beat right now. 2:07.53. That's what Jamie Whincup, Craig Lowndes and Jason Bright have got a better. The final stages of the shootout coming up. And celebrations for Ford.
Wow, Frosty. 0.08. You were in front. Man, was that hard to watch.
Oh, mate, I'll take that. Tell you what, this is a worse spot to be watching from, but that's awesome. Pole position. We go to our first media conference. We haven't been at one all weekend yet, so Ford's on pole. good start.
You've got the hopes of the entire Ford Nation resting on those shoulders at the moment. Do you have what it takes to convert that to a win tomorrow?
Oh, well, tomorrow's a different day, but we'll celebrate this one tonight. There was only 3 Fords in the top 10, but we've said quality over quantity for a long time now, so awesome feeling, but this means not a lot for tomorrow, but we've got glory rights on Saturday.
And how do you spend race eve? You know, what does your head go through? How do you try and keep those things under control ahead of the race tomorrow? What's tonight like?
Well, tonight's a lot easier now that we're on pole, but you've got to put it aside and really think about the big picture, which is tomorrow, but it's a lot, you know, look at the guys behind us. We're celebrating this. It's a win on Saturday, so oh, that's awesome. I'm just relieved. That's so hard watching that. It's painful, I tell you.
Let's see if we can quickly grab Luke now behind you, because there's a lot of pressure on his shoulders as well. Come on over, mate. A massive opportunity for our co-drivers. You're stepping into the car that sits on number 1 tomorrow. How does that feel?
It's scary, isn't it? I'm glad I'm not starting. I tell you what, if I had to start, there'd be pressure to be on, wouldn't it? But, you know, Frosty's an awesome job. You know, you just put all the sectors together. You know how hard it is on a one-lap shootout to do it. So, you know, he's just an awesome driver. I'm just honoured to be partnering him, and can't wait for tomorrow.
You and I have raced against one another for a long time. You have toiled so hard to get to this particular point, to be in an A-League team, to get this chance to shine. So personally for you, this is an enormous victory, an enormous opportunity.
Oh, it's fantastic. I just love the rule change. Whoever came up with that rule change, I love them to bits. But, you know, I think we showed at Phillip Island how strong we can be, and if we just put it all together now, you know how tough the race can be tomorrow. But, you know, good start, and, you know, we'll try and keep out of trouble from the front row there, and just can't wait.
And one tip, apparently ginger's good for calming nerves and for the tummy.
I'm not too bad, so we'll see how we go. Thanks, Grant.
Well done.
Cheers, tough.
Be a lot more nervous if he had to start tomorrow, but Mark Winterbottom will have that job after securing a beauty of a lap in this shootout. It's the second time that Frosty's had pole. He did it in 2007, and he was outnumbered. Well, they were outnumbered, the Blue Oval boys, 7-3 in terms of Youlden versus Ford, and they have answered. So it'll be Winterbottom and Youlden versus Lowndes and Scaife. That's where you're starting tomorrow, by the way, Mark.
Thank you, mate.
On the front row of the grid. Thanks for joining us today, mate. Best of luck tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
So the shootout is done, and it's been won by Mark Winterbottom.